A group of Al-Nusra Front terrorists have been bussed out of 2 villages in the southwestern countryside of Damascus under an evacuation deal with the Syrian government. The terrorists were forced to leave the area after the Syrian army made some significant gains against the terrorists near the Syrian capital. Our correspondent Mohamad Ali has our details.
It took Nusra Front terrorists 10 hours to get on buses and leave Beit Jinn and Mazra'at Beit Jinn villages near Damascus for Idlib city. Prior to the evacuation, they burned their headquarters and destroyed all their documents. 65 terrorists left these villages with their families for good. They were forced to accept the evacuation deal because of a tight siege the Syrian army had laid on the area during the past 2 weeks.
As a result of powerful army airstrikes, reconciliation is underway in Beit Jinn and Mazra'at Beit Jinn. Terrorists are getting out and security will be restored to the area until all Syria got willing.
Press TV's team entered a nearby village after terrorists left. What was evident was the destruction left behind by the battles that had been taking place since 2012.
We left years ago because we saw death when terrorists attacked. We were somehow imprisoned. We knew we would be held hostage or get killed. We left 4 months after terrorists occupied our village.
The terrorists dug up the corpses from the graveyards in the area before leaving.
Before Nusra terrorists escaped from Mughar al-Mir, they dug the graves of locals and pulled out the bodies and threw them away.
The location of the villages is highly strategic as they lie near Syria's occupied Golan Heights, adjacent to Lebanese soil and close to the Syrian capital. The army says Israel has been providing the terrorists with all kinds of support, such as healthcare and allowing them to move freely in the occupied lands. The terrorists' objective for years was to advance towards Damascus from this area. This scene has become familiar across the country, as terrorists have been forced out to Idlib many times during the war. But here, near the Israeli-occupied Golan, the Syrian army, which always stresses those terrorists are directly backed by Tel Aviv, says forcing the terrorists out from here is a direct defeat to the Israeli regime. Mohamad Ali, Press TV, from Damascus' southwestern countryside.